more than any politician in the history of the world? The godfather of the mob who swore there was no mob. It's not easy with you. His eyes went wide. Why? I shot him a surprised look. Really? I feel like I'm being interrogated. All I want to do is tell you about my life, and you're... His lips pursed, and he nodded once. I'll listen. I was in the coffee shop. Remember, you agreed to listen, right? He lowered his chin. Okay. Vincent wasn't the man you thought he was. He was mean, hateful, and he was violent. His nose wrinkled and his eyes thinned until only slits remained. I had remained reluctant to tell my father much about my past with Vincent, but to have him fully understand the value in Michael's protective nature, I felt the need to be open and honest. So I was at the coffee shop, I was on my computer, and Vincent came in. It was after we broke up, a few months after, so he came in and he grabbed me. His eyes widened slightly. I knew Vincent simply grabbing me wouldn't call for too much concern, but what I was about to tell him would undoubtedly get his full attention. When I told him to leave me alone, he grabbed me by the hair and dragged me outside. I was kicking and screaming, afraid for my life, and no one did. He didn't give me a chance to finish, but again, I didn't expect him to. He jumped from his seat. He pulled you by your hair? I gave a slight nod. Figlio di puttana, he growled. I'll cut off his hands. Papa, let me finish. He crossed his arms and huffed out a breath. I pointed to his chair. Sit. I'm standing. I chose to remain seated. It was less confrontational. So, he was dragging me across the parking lot, and my shoes came off, and he kept dragging me. The people in the coffee shop were all looking through the window, just watching what was happening. No one did anything. I was screaming and kicking, knowing he was going to take me to his car and beat me. Simply saying those words brought back a range of emotion I thought I'd never feel again. I swallowed the bitter taste of being an abuse victim. My gaze fell to the floor. Beat you? He interrupted. His voice became elevated. He hit you? I inhaled a choppy breath and hoped he didn't notice. I should have told him when it happened long before now, and wondered if at least part of what I felt was a result of keeping the truth from him for so long. He was my father, and he deserved to know. I nodded a shameful nod and then met his gaze. He hit me all the time. I hid it from you with makeup and scarves. It wasn't an overnight matter. At first he told me he was sorry, but it continued, and then it got worse. I was desperately afraid, and not sure what everyone would do or say, so I never told anyone. Papa, I felt alone. He stood. Although it seemed he intended to speak, the words never came. My heart slowly sank into the pit of my stomach. I didn't want to continue. Speaking to my father of how Vincent treated me, even though I knew it would never happen again, was difficult. He walked around the island and held out a shaking hand. After giving me a long hug and a comforting kiss, he raised his hands to my cheeks and looked me in the eyes. He'll never touch you again. This is my promise to you. Thank you. His recognition of the seriousness of what happened had me on the verge of tears. Let me finish, please? He nodded, kissed my cheek, and turned away. After I sat, he returned to his stool. While Vincent was dragging me across the parking lot, a man started walking toward us. His eyes, Papa. His eyes told me everything was going to be okay. He told Vincent to let me go, and Vincent argued with him. The man took off his jacket, unbuttoned his shirt, and gave Vincent one more chance to let me go. Vincent told him no, so he beat Vincent until he let me go. He beat him down to the ground. My quick recollection of that day brought everything to the forefront of my thoughts. My heart swelled at the thought of the man who quickly became, and still remained, a hero to me. With his lips pursed tight and his eyes filled with sorrow, my father sat and shook his head. He saved me from Vincent.